That I swear, said I will never see. See the fire burning out. Holy Manuel I Selassie, Jah, blazing fire.
Yeah, so yes, I today we are going talk a little about happenings going on in Haiti. Yeah, I mean Haiti seems to be, I mean, a recurrent topic on the on the chat class. So a couple of days ago there was a massacre in Haiti where 180 people lost their life. The massacre is sent to stem from said to stem from a gang leader son that died, and a voodoo priest told him that it was elderly people in the area that work witchcraft on his son, and I mean making son became sick. So the gang leader, in retaliation, or by the information that he received from that priest, went out on a massacre and took and killing elderly people or practitioners of voodoo. I mean, I know voodoo is widely practiced in Haiti. Yeah, and he went out and murdered over 120 elderly people. You know what I mean? And the whole death toll is said to be over 180. And this was between our December 7th and 6th and 7th. Yeah.
Mm.
So we want to talk about this whole sad situation happening in Haiti. Who want to kick it off? That I want to kick it off?
Well, condolences to the families who lost their lives in this atrocity. We stand in solidarity with freedom, but we do not stand in any way, shape, or form to abuse. So people who are fighting for their freedom and to maintain their freedoms and their rights, we stand in solidarity with that. But all too often, sometimes we see an abuse of these things, and we don't really stand or condone abuse because if you are, as you're saying, fighting to liberate Haiti from the grasp of the foreign powers that be, and at the same time as you're doing something as noble as that, you're killing almost 200, and most of them are elderly people, which as African people, we protect the elderly. Hungry be fed, sick be nourished, age protected, naked be clothed, infants be cared for. So we don't condone this behavior, and I think that people, when, as we say, I'm always make reference to the comment that His Majesty make when he says that we have to be able to put away petty passions, you know, because your child got sick and somebody told you that, oh, they did voodoo to kill your child. Now your mission is no longer to liberate the country, it is to inflict revenge and reprisals on almost 200 people. So, 200 people you're killing to reprise one person. You know what I'm saying? And it's sad when we look at it, and it just shows how easily we are able to unleash this anger that we hold inside because of the psychological and physical trauma that we've endured all these years, as we were talking about in terms of genetic memory. This is embedded in our DNA, in our genetics, and it's so easy for us to channel this anger towards each other, you know, and it's just sad, really. It's just sad.
True, true. Listen, it's a consensus here, right? We all know the situation in Haiti, but what really leads a man to just go out and kill, period, is something. If you're not a killer, we will never understand. We speculate, we do this, could be mental sickness, could be, whatever it is. Haiti, on a whole is just right now just in perils, as far as order is concerned, right? So you have a man who unilaterally makes a decision to kill people because somebody else tell him they work in witchcraft. Here's Obia man, as we see. Tell him the competition, you gotta wipe out the competition basically, right? Because you go on to the witch doctor tell you, you see them witch doctors over there, you gotta kill them, they're doing you bad. No more competition, The buy a monopoly. We might have a monopoly right now, sir.
I'm not laughing. I'm not laughing.
No, out of this is, you must be amused at
Yeah,
the
but
level of
it's
stupidity, right? It's a
Mhm.
level of stupidity. So you have
Mhm.
these men in authority, have authority, right? You're a gang leader. So that means you have people following you. But
your
look at
orders.
the level of stupidity in your mind that you'll go out and kill elderly people based on your witch doctor telling you them witch doctor bad, them is bad, right? This state of mind depraved and Haiti, right now, as everybody know, really follow up on the news, Haiti's in perils. Haiti needs help, like help, and nobody is really coming to Haiti's aid, right? And these things continue to happen, right? Think about how people are really surviving in Haiti today. If you think about the work sector, then, right? The unemployment rate, how people are really going by day to day, right? No real infrastructure, no money in your pocket. You have a whole country starving, bro, in our backyard. Like literally in chaos, disorder, and starving, hungry. What do you think happens in situation like that? Desperation makes men do anything, brother. It's survival. At that point, there's no thinking. This is a perfect example of that desperation and no thinking. A man going out and having this kind of authority to just kill people just like that at will, right? But Haiti on a whole, this is because of the condition that Haiti is in right now. That is why this is happening, right? And and to be clear, when we talk about the voodoo, for example, or voodoo practitioners, voodoo is part of the Orisha, right? We know that. We know that voodoo come out of the Orisha, something that is good, right? So sometimes we hear this negative connotation, and that's why voodoo, the term itself, has these negative connotations because your voodoo priest just tell you to go and kill other voodoo priests,
Mhm.
like right, that is exactly what's happening, right? So that's
Yeah.
why you're gonna get this negative, but it's nothing negative about it, right? The crusades men were killing by the thousands, right? Same thing in the ignorance and humanity then. But
Mhm.
Haiti, yeah, man, my heart goes out to all the Haitians who are in Haiti suffering for no good reason.
Give thanks, Bingy. That I mentioned a while ago, and there's a notion that these gang leaders is fighting for freedom. And I am looking at it, and I don't see it. And in my opinion, they are not fighting for freedom. I think they are just some selfish men who just trying to, the country's in disarray, and they're just trying to hold a peace for themselves. And it's all about them. And
Mhm.
this what happened is evidence to
Evidence
me
of that.
that they're just some selfish men. They're not fighting for no freedom. They don't want to see no better Haiti. They want to see, to get things in their pocket. They want to be in power. They want because I don't see none of them with anything that they are showing any signs that they are about here to the country. They're just grabbing for themselves. Nothing what they do to me show that it's anything is gonna benefit Haiti. They want something to benefit Haiti. You know what I mean? Nothing at all. And so this is notion people, oh, they are freedom fighters. I don't see nothing about freedom fighters. I don't see nothing about them that show me that they are freedom fighters. For me, they are murderers and thieves and you know what I mean, should be put in jail or something should happen to them. They should get rid of them. You know what I mean? I don't see the freedom fighting. Where's the freedom fighting? killing
But
killing elderly people is freedom
right,
fighting. If
right.
you even had the the um the mindset of a freedom fighter, you would never kill the elderly people because that your mindset will be see, okay, this is madness. That's like I said, Bengi. Your competition um come and tell this. So your come and tell that the competition is
Mhm.
against you, and
Mhm.
you go and kill all the competition. What that tell you? You understand? It's like you have a little tummy here. Can you go to the doctor and say, hey, doc, I have a tummy here. Can you say, why? You have to go and kill all the doctors in the area, right? Because yeah, man,
Mhm.
there's a doctors make you have a tummy here. You know what I mean? So everybody have to come to it. It's madness, man. I
It
think the
just don't,
whole
it
thing
doesn't
is
make
But
madness.
sense. It
what
doesn't make sense.
yeah, what my sister like me still don't really want to say because we can't ignore the fact that Haiti has been marginalized since they have claimed or earned their independence, right? And that is by design, right? Because it's like a slap to say, yo, how dare you, when we are around the world and you know as a little nation, a little piece of a country, go come and say, go oppose one of the most powerful colonial entities at the time, right? So they've been punished for that since then. That's since the 1800s. You understand? So a lot of stuff has happened in Haiti where the people on the ground in Haiti feel it. Like Roman Berger said, who feels it knows. So I don't want to say that these people aren't really fighting to really get out of the grasp of the colonial powers. But what I will say is that just like with any other struggle, you always have people who are a part of the struggle who will seek to gain selfish rewards or selfish benefits out of it because they see the instability, they see the instability. You understand? So I don't want to say that they're not
Dada,
fighting to liberate
Dada, what
Haiti.
have these gangs done? Make
Done.
you think that they are fighting for anything that have Haiti at heart first? Put in Haiti first. What have
Well,
they done in all what is going on? What is going
mhm.
on now? We see, okay, they look like okay, they are putting Haiti first. They want to get rid of the foreign people. They want to get rid of the government, and they are putting. What have they done? Make you think that?
Like I'm saying, based on what they have put out to say what they're doing, what their agenda is, they're saying this is what they're doing. What I'm saying is, I don't want to just brush it aside and say, oh, all of them just, and forget that
Well,
there
Dada,
is a need
but
for
I'm
liberating
saying
Haiti, brother.
they're saying something, but I'm saying what have they done? Because saying and doing is two different things.
But they haven't been given a chance to do anything as yet. They're fighting. So if you're fighting, you can't really do anything. What you going
No,
to do
they
in the fight?
listen. They
No,
control
but
most of the
no.
city.
Eh?
They control most of the city. The biggest where most of the people live in Haiti, Port-au-Prince. They control most of the city.
All right. So what can they do? What can they do?
So
What can
so
they
so
do?
I think, right, when we look
If
at
they control
Haiti,
most of
for
the
example,
if they control most of the city,
Mhm.
something should be happening in the majority control area. We say, okay, this is what we are going to do.
So what can
If
no,
you are
happen
no,
if it's
shooting
no.
more
at,
conflict?
if people are coming in the country, right, and you are shooting at aircraft coming in the country, it's
Right.
not a warplane. Is
Mhm.
your Haitian people are the people who are braving
All
to
of the
come to go to
reports are
Haiti,
still
and you
come
are
to
shooting
Haiti.
down those planes.
Mm-hmm.
You explain that to me. What is going on?
But I'm
What is
saying
going on when you want to shoot
Okavango,
down a aircraft,
Okavango.
domestic aircraft?
So to that point, even right, and the I say that I completely agree with the I, right, in the sense that the gangs, even though they control, we haven't seen no concrete agenda. One, a concrete agenda, and we have not seen any bilateral talks to include them in position of authority. Right? We have not seen any of that. There has been no
No,
negotiation with
no,
this
no,
gang
no,
leader
no.
to put him in any position of authority.
No.
One, is he qualified to even lead a country if given the opportunity, right? So I think these are some of the things they weigh in as well, right? Who is this man? Can he really do? Listen, we follow revolutions, right, throughout the earth. Patrice Lumumba would be one of the great examples to use as somebody stepping up when we could see an agenda for a nation. So when we look at our leaders, we see them and they become rebel fighters or they become the opposition. They have an agenda. That agenda
Right.
is put forward, right? And then they run in elections or whatever means they use to get into power. But there's always this agenda and there's talks with the people who are actually in control because
Right.
they recognize that you can actually do this if given the opportunity.
Right,
We
Binky. So
are
that's what
not
I'm saying.
seeing
So
that
we have
in Haiti.
Yes, we have
we are not seeing
examples
that.
of that. We are revolutionary leaders. They have an
Yes.
agenda. They have, and
Yes.
when they come in power, they already have their,
Yeah,
their
their
people
coalition already set up.
ready to take over because
Yeah.
they have the mind for it. They have the heart for it because that's what they want. They want a better country. And you can see what sometimes it's not for better, but they have their own. Everything
But
is in
there's
place.
agenda. There's a clear
Yes, there's an
agenda.
agenda. These men in Haiti, I don't see no agenda more than just firing some shots and control a local area. No different from a gang in Trinidad, no different from a gang in America, no different from a gang in Jamaica. They just want to control this little area and say, okay, we are done here, we run here. You know what I mean? And the people have to pay extortion and those things. You know what I mean? That's it. They have no. And when they ask them questions, it's like, it's just talk. We don't see nothing.
Right. Right.
But the people
So-
suffering. The people
So you
suffering.
don't think that none of them have the interest of Haiti at heart?
No,
None of them.
no. I haven't seen it.
That's fire.
I haven't seen it.
I wouldn't say none of them don't have the.
I haven't seen it. I haven't seen it.
I
And so
wouldn't say
until I
that.
see it.
I would
Well,
say
you know, you go
they
speak in the
themselves
midst of a
don't know
conflict.
what the interest is. They don't know what the interest is.
Dada,
They
you
don't.
haven't seen it. I haven't seen it. All you do is you can have your opinions and you feel like one of them. But I haven't seen nothing like that. All I've seen is terrorists. That's all I've seen. All I see is terrorism, people terrorizing people. The people have to be running away from their homes, running away from, you know what I mean, whatever they were doing. They're collecting extortion. Is the people feeling the most, and most people have died is the citizens of Haiti. That's the most people who have died. That's the most people who are suffering. That's the people they attack the most. You understand? So who are they for? Because it's the Haitian people you should be fighting for, right? So why is civilians death is the most thing going on? It's not the police and it's not the gang because the gang is still in control. So you know what I mean? It's the citizens who are dying, who are
That's
suffering.
chaos.
You know what I mean? So they're not protecting the citizens.
Yeah, it's chaotic. It's very
Yeah.
chaotic. Yeah, it's chaotic. But the
It's
shame
an
is
act of
know that
destabilization, you know?
yeah.
Huh?
It's
Yeah.
an act of destabilization.
But how much more you could destabilize Haiti and
Haiti.
what how does that serve you any interest having Haiti destabilized?
Because then a proper management for curtail
Yeah,
the
but
theft.
Haiti is the poorest country in the Western Hemisphere where they contributing to world economics. Let's be let's
When
be
you say
really
poorest, what do you mean?
economically GDP. Haiti is the
GDP.
poorest country in the West.
They're rich in resources though.
Well, wait
Like,
a
we're
minute. Wait a
talking
minute about that
We're talking
In
argument, right?
resources.
No, man, they're not rich in resources.
Let
No.
me say that. So why they stealing the resources?
They
then?
are resources, but they're not rich in resources.
So why they stealing it then?
Where you call rich, Dada?
Have a lot of these resources.
No,
Like
man, they have
what?
resources, but it's not like our rich in resources.
No.
What do you do with the rich in? What resources?
My lord.
Yeah, I ask you, what resources they're rich in?
We hear you.
Yeah.
Even the other day, them say even iron.
No, man. That's
I mean,
it's
no.
not true. It's not true.
It's not true. A lot of it is propaganda, you know.
Yeah, it's not true.
So when you say Haiti have oil,
I don't know
No,
of that, no.
I've not been found in Haiti.
Maybe like Jamaica, there's maybe oil somewhere around Haiti. Because just like it's same thing in Jamaica. There's we call that now the river, but there's maybe oil under the sea. So maybe the same thing in Haiti, but they haven't found no oil in Haiti. You know what I mean? I think Haiti have a couple gold mines.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And but it's not like the world biggest or greatest gold find. You know what I mean? Jamaica have to gold mine too. You know what I mean? Yeah, and so Haiti don't have no great resources that is gonna
Haiti
make them.
has oil, and some estimates suggest it may have some of the world's largest oil reserves.
It's estimate. It's
Okay.
estimate. So see in Jamaica, Dada,
Haiti is estimated to have 142 million barrels of oil,
estimated, yeah.
but undiscovered reserves could be as high as 941.
Yes, so that's
Yeah.
an estimate, Dada. See in Jamaica,
No,
man.
the
Read Jamaica,
estimate
go.
is the 941, brother.
Huh?
The estimate is the 941.
Dada, it wasn't my estimate.
No,
Then-
they're not both
All right, so
estimates.
is it producing oil? Is
They're
it
not
producing oil?
producing oil, because the resources are being pilfered, right? So
Dada,
this is one of the things
Dada,
what the
is
man them
Haiti
a say,
producing
brother.
oil at the moment?
But just answer you, they are not producing oil
Yeah, so they're not
because
producing
the
oil. So what
oil
we
is
should
being
so it cannot be
pilfered.
because
The
what?
oil is being pilfered. The people who are interested in these things are going into the country and taking these resources out, as they do
Nobody is taking
everywhere.
oil from Haiti because they're not
But
producing.
where's the
They're not producing
refineries
oil,
in
Dada.
Haiti?
Say again?
Where are the
Them not
refineries?
refine it in a Haiti. Them a take out
Dada,
the raw
No, no. So,
material
Dada.
and bring it
all
out.
right. So how
oil
we
is not being
extracting the
taken from Haiti
oil?
because
I'm
it
saying,
is
how
not
that they
producing no
extract the
oil.
oil? Yes.
Them have companies who are doing it, brother. I mean,
Dada, you talk good, you can't come talk good feelings.
no good
We
feeling,
have
brother.
feeling, my youth.
And a good feeling. The man
No,
them
you
talk it,
can't. If
brother,
you talk,
and
be
them
a good
struggle,
feeling, you
brother.
talk about.
The
It is
man
not
them
producing
talk
oil,
it,
Dada.
and
They're
them
not producing oil, so
struggle,
they
my
can't
lad.
steal something with them not produce. What you see, you're not producing oil. No oil company, they are drilling no oil. You have to set up them things there first before you start out of the earth. The things that is like a river, you got to take up water out of it. You need companies that drill the oil. And that now going to eat it. So even though it estimates them have oil underground, or maybe them have oil underground, it's not being drilled.
All I'm gonna say is this, my lad. This one with the here, what I go on Haiti, it's a strange. So me not find it hard to believe, bro.
What is
Understand?
strange?
It's
What
not
is strange?
strange for people know say a country have natural resources and go in there and remove these natural resources and destabilize the country in that to that effect.
We
You
know
get
some
what I'm
people
saying?
destabilize
Right.
country. But
So
this what happened, we're not
Mhm.
gonna put this on a destabilization. These are the people them. The massacre here is not no foreign
that's
interest.
not what we're saying.
But we're
That's
talking
not
about
what
this
I'm
now. I mean, I
saying.
said this will happen. Because we
Mhm.
can excuse Asian for everything I've been
We're
for
not
everybody.
doing that.
This will happen with this thing. It have
Mhm.
nothing to do with no foreign
Nobody
entity.
said that. Nobody said that.
No,
What
but
I
we are
am
saying
saying is
we
you
start
make a
from this
blanket
argument, Dada,
statement.
and then we are going to put some blame on some foreign entity.
Give me
This
that now.
exact thing this topic has
Mm.
nothing to do with a foreign
Give me,
entity.
give me a thought now. What I am saying is this. You make a statement
Mhm.
to say none of the man them now deal with the interests of Haiti. I mean, I said to you, say, me
I'm saying
now go agree with that statement.
I didn't see that. I haven't seen none of them so
Right.
that.
So that's why
Yeah.
I tell you, say, I don't agree with that because
No, but
two
that
things.
you
me
haven't
say,
seen either.
so I am saying to you, two things we say.
Mhm.
One, they're in the midst of a conflict. So any kind of implementation of an agenda what they would have
So
wanted to
Dada,
deal with.
you
But
have
let me
a
get a
good
thought
feeling.
out, my lad. Let me
Okay,
get a
go
thought
on, go
out.
on.
Let me get a thought out. See, them cannot implement an agenda because them in the midst of a conflict. So there's no way them can implement an agenda. Well, the places where them in control of are just places where them it would have been like you have a fort then, or you have a stronghold where them can say, all right, this is them base, them headquarters. But it's not like say them control it where them can make no decision or implement no laws or rules or nothing. What them can do? Them can't do nothing, brother. So you cannot hold them.
Dada, they can. Bingy mention other rebel fighters who are fighting for a cause and fighting for their country, who had an agenda.
But
These
the man
men,
them talk them agenda.
Mm.
Barbecue express an agenda. Barbecue express a clear agenda.
But Dada, we not see nothing to implement. Them a
But how
attack
can you
people.
implement it if
Them a
it's in the
attack
midst of a
them a attack
conflict?
civilian, Dada. Them a attack civilian. Them attack civilian. We not see nothing go on. Maybe they control most of the capital. And we not see nothing go on.
So what can you see the Guan, brother? That's the question I'm going to ask you. Why you
The things
why
that
you
go on,
expect to
want
see
see
the
the
Guan?
capital around a certain order, want see people them say, feel comfortable, say, okay, the gang is now in charge. I ask now, we can come back, we can live all right with honor. But no,
So how are they going to do that and it's in the midst of a struggle? It's a conflict going on. So
Dada,
how
if
people,
them
how you going to
control
live
the
comfortably in
capital.
the midst of a
All
conflict?
right. Why don't shoot off the plane? What agenda they have to shoot off the plane with a
I
car?
don't know, brother.
So that
I don't know.
no, what do you think about it? What do you think?
What me think about it?
Them
I
shoot off a
think that
plane.
all is fear and love and war.
Dada, a madness that.
That is not madness, brother. That is not madness. Because when a person in a war, brother, when a person is in war,
that is
there
madness.
is no.
These are the only people who are going to try to
No,
become
it's
an
not.
AP.
No, it's not. No, it's not. Any war when they fight, you have casualty of war. Any war at all when they fight, innocent civilians die in it. any war at all what they
Okay.
fight. It's
So,
not, no, these are the only
Dada,
people, brother.
I know say this is a country fighting with a country, you know. I talk about
Then,
casualty
then
of
look
war, you know.
about civil war fighting
So,
at
so,
Earth,
so
brother.
these people who are dying, they say it's fear. It's fear for the civilians
I'm
to
not
die.
saying that.
But
So this is what me I
that's what
say
you're
to
saying, though. You say
what I
every
am
war have
saying,
casualty
you know,
and
you
all
know,
is fear in love and war. So it's fear for them to kill civilians. That's what you're saying.
I
All
didn't
is fear in
say
love and
that.
war.
Nah,
I didn't say
I
that.
interject. The I not saying that. He's saying
No,
in
he said
all
all is
wars.
fear in love and war, and they are casualty of war. So they are casualty of war. So all is fear for them to kill the civilians.
No, but that's what it is. It's not a matter of fear or unfear. That is what happens. Every war,
In
He
innocent
said
any
it's
war,
people die.
fear.
in
He said
any
all
war,
is fear
in
in
any
love and
war.
war.
No, but that's the reality of war.
All is fear in love and war, right?
Yes, the
So it's
reality
fear
of
for
war.
them to be killing the civilians. Yeah.
No, no.
It-
Again, Okavango, I think you're using the term fear to show favoritism. There is no bias
Engage.
in war.
That just say all is fear in love and war. That means anything that happen in war is fear.
No, it means
No,
anything
no,
can happen in war, and
no.
anything can happen in love.
So
Because there's
anything,
no boundaries, there's
anything
no
can happen in
rules
love,
in
anything
it.
can happen in war. And what
Right.
has happened? What has happened is the gangs are killing civilians, right? Yes. So it's fear.
So I am saying to you, right? There have been many situations in the earth, right, where people are at odds with each other, two sides against each other. And you have people, different people on both sides. You have every struggle that has happened throughout human history. People have benefited from these struggles for their own personal reasons and personal agendas. But that does not mean that because those people who they do these things, it does not mean that the overall struggle that was fought was not worthwhile and was not for the noble cause that them put forward to say this is why we are in this struggle. You have people who are going to do things because them see an opportunity to capitalize on it. And there are people in the situation that are doing that. But I
Yeah.
am not gonna agree to say all of them is doing that
Other than your
and
gut
none of them
feelings.
not have the interest of
Other than your
Haiti
gut
at all.
feelings, what have you seen make you feel like this is happening in Haiti?
Me now look to see anything now, them in the middle of a conflict. So
But
the only time me I
you
look to see
must have
something is
something
after
go
the
on.
conflict is resolved and they're given a position where them can implement changes. Then we can talk about that. We cannot talk
Dada.
about that in the middle of a conflict.
So, Dada, the conflict are go on for what? Well, a year now, over a year now?
Yeah.
It's been a while.
This
been a while.
present one, yes.
And these men are in control of a large a part of the country. And we haven't seen. All right. The other day, they overthrew Assad in Syria. And the rebels, the men they're calling the rebels, were in control of a large part of the country. And these men were running that part of the country like it's a different country.
Yeah.
Is that two different situations, those.
What?
Syria.
Hold on. While the fighting was going on, these men were running the part of the country the way or they think all the country should be run. Right? So when they eventually overthrew Assad, they already have a government ready to take over
run the
entire
country, right.
because they already had a government in a part
But
of the country.
this is a completely
So
different thing.
I'm saying that what is different?
It's different
The
because
the gangs now would be the rebels who saying the country is not running right and want to take over the country because I guess that would be the plan. Take over the country and run the country the way they should. So why are they not running the part of the country the way they think? Because they're terrorists, I identify them as terrorists. They have no agenda, different agenda than to terrorize the people. No different from clans and one other in Jamaica. No different from Crips and Blood in America. No different. That's the agenda they have. To make some money and be rich and wear gold chain and show the things that them are done. Nothing else.
that's your personal gut feeling.
That's my opinion, yes.
Right, good. So that's why I said to the eyes, my lord. You see, Syria and Haiti, we would never compare the two of them in this situation. I gotta tell you, me just listen to you. Right? We would never compare the two of them in this situation. And the reason, first and foremost, why we would never compare them is that Haiti was never allowed to establish themselves as a nation, as an independent nation, first and foremost, right? Second of all, the rebels, if they were able to establish a part of the country and say, yo, we are going to run this over, we want to run it, and they were doing that, that's because they have the numbers to do that. The people who oppose this in Haiti, they don't have the numbers to do that, brother. They don't have the numbers to do that. You're talking about less than 1,000 people that this man will carry out this him say him control what 300 people, brother. You understand? Him control 300 people, bro. The rebels when they talk about in Syria, them control a large mass of people, brother. Numbers of people them control. So if when them get a place where them can take it over, they have resources in place already, they have money, right? Them have money and them can do that. You know see, in Haiti, them not have the potential to do that, brother.
Why you say that? I mean, understand
Because
that.
them not have the money to do that, brother. Them not have the money to do that. Who in Haiti? Which one of the man
okay,
them in Haiti?
So the only thing them can do is just kill some people and just
That's
go on
not
with
what
them.
I am saying. What I am
So
saying is...
So what's the agenda? What's the agenda?
The agenda, what they are saying is, what I have heard them express is, they want the colonial powers to remove out of Haiti and give Haiti an opportunity to run Haiti. Let Haitians solve Haitian problems, right? First of all, that's what the man said, right? Second of all, what the man said is, him saying they want them to stop, rob the resources out of Haiti and leave the people in Haiti as suffer, not see none of the returns from these things. All of the things that we hear the man say, brother, are things that we know these people do, brother. Over and over and over again. You understand? So me not expect to see a change. Me not gonna be like me I expect this ideal. Oh, we're gonna come out in a jacket and tie and we're gonna sit down and have discussion. The money me not struggle, brother, in a conflict. You understand? Them in a conflict. And it's not like say, this a man do this, you know. I'm a born what this a man do, brother, because the foolishness him do. But I am not gonna blanket and say the man them were dead in the struggle, now fight to liberate Haiti, brother. And if them a fight to liberate Haiti, me stand in solidarity with them. If them a deal with them own personal agenda like this, brother, yeah, me burn them. And that me I say, that's what me I say, my lord.
All right, thanks for that. Bingy, you have anything to finish up?
Nah, man, yeah, them cover it fully, man, you know, but I think, listen, in this kind of situation, like I said before, right, when you're a gang leader on that level and you want to overthrow a government, you must have something called support and structure, right?
Mm-hmm.
When we look at other rebel movements throughout the earth, they have support and structure. Most of the times the support is external, right? You have other people who know that you have the capability to actually take over and run a country.
Like in Syria.
Syria. Yeah. So, but we in Haiti, the gang leaders in Haiti, they're not demonstrating that, right? I am not saying that they're not fighting for the freedom of Haiti or Haitians, but they're going about it the wrong way. And because they're going about it the wrong way, all we see is chaos. We don't see anything happening that's worthwhile to give you this inclination that they're moving towards the right thing, right? There's no negotiations going on. There's a level of inhumanity towards their brothers and sisters, the innocent, that is uncalled for, right? So we see what we see in Haiti today is chaos. Where this chaos goes right now, I don't know, right?
don't know.
Nobody knows where it's gonna go, but the gang leaders in Haiti, they're not demonstrating that they could actually lead a country, right? There's no order. At some point, you must be able to demonstrate order in order to run a country, right? Countries are ran, there's no order. When you know,
I'm not going to agree that either.
No, wait, hold on. And you, that's a good thing. We could agree to disagree.
Naturally.
But we're not disagreeing or agreeing on our personal feelings. Let's consider the evidence. A man goes out and kills 200 elderly people. That is disorder.
We burn that.
That is disorder. You can say you don't agree with it, but I saying it's disorder Why?
Mhm.
The evidence show it is
Shows
disorder.
that. Mhm.
So
Agreed.
we only dealing with evidence now, right? So
Mhm.
because of that, we know
Mhm.
there is no order. So if you are a
Mhm.
leader and you can't
Mhm.
even have order, you can't
Mhm.
run no country.
Country. But
No.
I've seen interviews with barbecue, right? I've seen interviews with barbecue where they walk into these areas that them control. And everybody, they walk around that go about them normal. I'm not talking about gang members, I'm talking about regular
People.
people. They walk around going about them normal everyday business and doing them things. People sit down on the road and talk, people that do everything like our normal day would have looking at any normal place. You understand? So that is not disorder.
Yeah.
So this is what I'm saying, my lad. Say, this action what this man do is to be condemned.
Yeah.
So I don't want it to seem like I am trying to defend or create an excuse for it. I am not. This action what the brother do is to be condemned because that is completely wrong. You
Ras,
understand? But
Ras.
what I'm
In the I
saying,
say, you see a video with people walking around, right?
multiple videos,
And
multiple.
that's fine. We see that all the time in
Mhm.
all circumstances.
Mhm.
Those people are living in fear, brother. They're in fear. When you have women being raped, young girls being raped, and we have numerous accounts of that, right? In
Mhm.
Haiti, where
Mhm.
women are raped or their husbands are burnt or brutalized, right?
Mhm.
That is disorder as there's no
We agree with
when
that.
you see propaganda is a hell of a thing, right? I show you a video with people walking and going, people got to live. If under any circumstance, there's no war that is happening on this earth right now where people are not leaving their homes to go seek food or to go seek the basic needs routes. That is exactly what is happening in Haiti because that is exactly what must happen. We
People
are
have to survive.
talking about what we have seen happening, and
Naturally.
I call it disorder. It's
Mhm.
Yeah,
disorder.
and we know that um like from Jamaica, my experience in Jamaica, you always when the gang leader is around, people always come out. They have the people who come out and you know what I mean and
It's
support them
fear.
or whatever.
Most of the
But
times it's
most of the people are hiding behind the cameras. Because that's not most of
fear.
the people. Yet you have like over 8 million people.
Mhm.
But this has been a very you know what I mean?
Heated.
Intriguing reasoning, very heated reasoning. You know what I mean? I will say condolence goes out to all the victims
Yes, man.
who
Yes,
most
sir.
of them were thrown in the sea and had not been identified because they were
Sorry, up to
burnt
this
and
point
thrown in the
in this
sea.
channel.
So
Wow.
condolence go to Haiti, to those victims and to
And their
Haiti itself,
families.
and we wish Haiti all the best. And I mean, I hope Haiti can rise from this because Haiti
No.
is a
Right.
significant country
Ministry.
in the
Yes, sir.
black struggle. And I
Yes,
mean, it's
sir.
very significant. And Haiti,
Yes, sir.
Haiti should mean something for every black
Every
people, at
black
least in the
person.
Western Hemisphere.
Yeah, man.
Haiti means something. It is very significant. And yeah, we're going to end this discussion with that note. I
Yes,
mean, big
sir.
up
Give
Haiti, big
thanks,
up.
man.
Yeah,
Yeah,
man.
man. Give
Thanks
thanks.
for
Yeah,
that.
man. One love, you know?
Yeah, man. Perfect balance.
Mm.
Thingy, Okavango, Rasdada, Yaga, Chuck Fender, the living fire represent to the fullest. See? Perfect balance. Don't know.